I have a confession to make. You're gonna be like, Otto, wow, I can't believe this finally happened. Like, this just never happens. So, I made a mistake. I know. It almost never happens. I very rarely have to go through and correct anything at all on this channel, ever. Anyways, yeah, that's not a mistake, that's a happy little accident. So I was editing the video for the green circuits and I saw it and I was like, okay, people are gonna be like, all yelling at me, and so I put a little thing over it, but I did not line up the inserters properly, or I didn't cut them whenever I shifted them, so they do need to move over. Not a big deal. If I can get out of here. Another one was a few days ago, someone pointed out that my pipes here, I have pipes connecting this one, pipes connecting these two, but the pipes do not connect to this one or this one here. Same thing, I have corrected this. All of this is correct in the blueprint. I just have not gotten around to correcting this in the actual game. So we are going to do that real quick. And then it is off to the races. This was probably the biggest blender that I've had. Like, this is the most amount of configuring that I've had to do for a mistake in a very long time. Okay, now that that is out of the way, there's a couple more things that we're going to do. So I don't need these to be collecting back here, and I also noticed that the bots that are taking the tungsten carbide out, as you can see, they are traveling way up here. What are they doing? They are moving the tungsten carbide all the way up here to our metallurgic science because it is requesting in tungsten carbide, despite the fact that there's tungsten carbide right here. So what we're going to do is we are going to change these to passive providers. That goes for basically both of these. Pretty much anything that we're collecting from now on. I don't plan on these materials ever going back in. I guess I don't need them to. So from now on, anything that we are collecting, minus machines, like stuff like the foundry here, this can, oh, nice. Stuff like this can stay in storage chests because we will eventually want them to put stuff back in with those. We don't need these to be this far out though, so I'm not going to, like, these are fine because these are not on the bus, but because these are on the bus, I am going to actually move these. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to, I'm just going to cut a section here. And we're going to move them here. So I'm going to start out with with a regular storage chest. And I'm just going to collect all of these actually. These two can just be red. I'm not going to do anything with these first. I'm going to filter them. And then we are going to get the bots to remove these. That way they put the stuff back into these storage chests. Oh, look at that stream. That's so cool. So they'll take the stuff and put it back into these here. And then after they're done, then we can convert it to passive providers, and then we don't have to worry about it. We can start collecting from this section here after we give it some power. This one can just continue through. And while they're doing that, this build here, I copied and pasted this from our novice build. This is the advanced oil processing setup. Now, normally I like to show my work, and in this case I just kind of stamped this down because I've already shown my work before. So I think whenever I edit this video, I'm going to add a link in the description showing or linking back to the video where we did build this. Well, you know, sorry, I should say where we built this. I'll link back to that video so that if you are new to the channel and didn't see us create this, you can at least watch that happen. We did extend on to it after, so I think we only made this section. We didn't have the combinators. That happened a couple of episodes later. I added this section after, and I think I added this section after as well. Same with the beacons and the modules. A lot of that stuff came later. Oil is just one of those tricky things where you're always kind of checking and poking and trying to make sure that you've got enough oil coming in and that you're balanced, and this is a pretty good setup. So I did just kind of copy and paste that in. We are going to have another similar experience in this episode because we are going to take our plastic. I already upgraded this. So when you upgrade a build, so for instance, the blue circuits, we're going to be stamping this down at some point. Blue circuits, LDS, rocket fuel, a lot of this is going to get stamped down. Actually, we might do a different build for rocket fuel, we'll see. I have this set up for assembler rank 2 and for red belts. All you need is somewhere in your library. So you can see that there's no upgrade here, but back here I have these upgrades. So somewhere in your library you have to have these upgrades, and it doesn't really, as far as I can tell, it doesn't really matter where they are. You can just come up here and say I want to change to blue. I want to change to rank 3 assembling machines and save it, and then you're good. So now I can just take this and it will be blue belts. I can do the same for these. Change to blue, change to that. Rocket fuel, change to blue, change to rank 3. And you can downgrade them as well. So that's why these are here. It's not necessarily to use them to do stuff on the map or out in the game world, but it is to upgrade from the blueprint. So we will be doing a similar, just kind of punch it down with the plastic. I'm gonna line this up in the middle, and that is gonna be our plastic build. That's easy. Yeah, so we are making plastic in this episode. We are also making steam. Steam is gonna be really easy. Water. The water is going to be super easy because we already have an area where we're making steam. Steam into water. We have our kind of ratio here. So we're going to copy this. I'm not going to get the belt. We're going to line this up differently. So it's going to look like kind of something like that. So we have a bunch of water needs. It's all of this stuff down here. The heavy oil to light oil recipe and the light oil to petroleum gas down here. So each of these requires a different amount of water. So we're just going to go through and calculate these real quick. Yeah, so if you want to go ahead and add that up real quick, I'll wait. Just kidding, I've already done the math. So we need 1212.4 water coming in. That's quite a bit. This is going to end up being 13.5 chemical plants making water. We're going to go above that because it's better to have too much than not enough. So if we overproduce it, then that's perfectly fine. So I'm going to control V. I think I want the water on the top side, because what I'm going to do is we're going to make room for we're going to make room for 18. Sorry, we're going to put 18 down, but we're going to make room for 24. So I'm going to vertically flip this. They will share a belt in the middle. So I'll have one belt coming in here with calcite. And then we can take this whole thing, copy it, and that is going to be our water build. So this is 24. I said we were going to make 16. It doesn't matter. Having more water or too much is fine. It's just the machines won't work. They do eat up a little bit of the power when they're not in use. So you can see it's 217 kilowatts while in use, but 7 kilowatts while not in use, basically. That's such a minimal amount of usage that I don't really care, so it is not a big deal to me. Now we just need to make sure that they are all going to be connected. Make sure that was our water line. Okay, it was. So now we just need to get in some sulfuric acid, which is going to be interesting. Since this is open over here, we'll just do it on this side. Pop this whole thing. Oh, sick. Oh, that was so close. So this is going to be sulfuric acid. This is going to be calcite. Okay, so calcite should be pretty easy to get in here. And that is done. So something else we're going to do. I have 2 coal lines coming in here. So the coal, everything that we need coal for is basically here. So we need coal for simple coal liquefaction, which we no longer use because now we have actual coal liquefaction, which is what the majority of our oil products are going to be coming from. We have plastic, which is also going to be a huge sucker of coal. Now, the two combined... Oh, and then carbon. So we needed carbon for the tungsten carbide over here. So we've got coal coming in for this one, coal coming in for this one, and we're going to have coal coming in for the plastic as well. Now, I did say that we would kind of supplement coal with this over here. We are going to, in fact, tap this, and this is going to be part of our plastic, but it's not going to be 100% dedicated to the plastic. What we're going to do is we're going to condense this down into one line. It will then come through here. Sure. I can make this work. I'm not even going to put anything else out yet. Oh, we need to start collecting this now. Upgrade it. Okay, they got rid of those just fine. That's great. And now those Logi bots should be taking from up here. Perfect. We're going to be getting rid of this very, very soon because this is almost obsolete. Once we get red circuits for the big mining drills and we get the space science automated, well, more than what we have here, we can start tearing that down and it will be a great day. I also wanted to move these closer because this is kind of our just do whatever area. There's not going to be any like special, just like overly organized. It's kind of just going to be whatever we kind of maybe need. We can stamp down a bot mall item. We're just leaving that open here. So the coal. So I have coal coming in here. We need to connect to... We got really lucky on this. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that was right. That's going to be our plastic initially. So we're also going to have another belt coming in from this direction. I think we might even balance them a little bit. And we're going to have one belt coming in from all of this over here. And I am not going to bore you with setting that up. Four logistics spots are all being used. Let's bump that up a bit too. So we're going to increase this to 500. Go gadget. Wow. Go gadget Logibots. Okay, so I will eventually get that set up. These, for the most part, need to get carried over. Okay, so we're 16 minutes into this. We might be able to squeeze out maybe a little bit of a build for red circuits. So the plan is, I don't think we have to go past this point too much farther. So we need to set up red circuits. We need to set up blue circuits, LES, rocket fuel. We need to set up a section for rockets. We need to set up a section for orange science. Some of the rockets, I think we're going to add some rockets to the orange science build, similar to what we did with this one rocket up here. So they will have their own like dedicated rockets. That way we don't have to worry about it, but we're going to have another section for rockets for any other things that we might be exporting out, which to be honest could be a lot, because Vulcanus is once you really start digging into it, it is a huge powerhouse of potentially awesome things. So we fought a demolisher over here. Okay, so what do we need for red circuits? We're going to build that. We're going to try to build that over here. So red circuits is going to be interesting because we need plastic, we need copper cable, and we need electronic circuits. Thankfully, we have plastic that we are probably just going to toss on the bus. We didn't make room for it, but if you remember, we left spaces. We left a space up here so we could do plastic up there if we wanted. We left spaces down here, so I think I'm going to put it... We have two lines coming out, so we are not going to do that up here. We are going to do them down here. See if we can line this up. So that is where our plastic is going to go. These can continue down as well. Coal can just stop here. Since we're collecting it here for maybe some minor things, it doesn't need to continue on. Calcite, I think we're mostly done with calcite. So actually it can also stop. Yeah, there's nothing else that we need calcite for, so that can also end here with the collection area. These two, however, these will need to continue on. We need both of these for metallurgic science. We definitely need them for the turbo belts. We're probably going to have a complete large dedicated section for just the green logistics, because to make the green logistics we need to have blue logistics, and we can either import the blue logistics from Novice or we can craft it here, and we're probably going to end up crafting it here because the foundry can make all of them, and it makes multiples of all of them. It makes them faster, makes them... Well, let's just take a look. You can see that this makes 24 per second, whereas the one on Novice is making 5 per second. Quite the difference, but that also means we need iron plate, we need gears, we need the tungsten steel, tungsten plate. We also need green circuits, red circuits, and blue circuits for all the different iterations, because the splitters... This one needs green circuits, this one needs green circuits, this one needs red circuits, and this one needs blue circuits. So we will need all the colors of the rainbow going over there. And these will continue on. As far as the tungsten carbide, I think it's just metallurgic science. Oh, the modules, right? So once we get a module build, we will no longer need the tungsten carbide to continue. Anyways, what do we need for red circuits? We're gonna have red circuits over here. And unfortunately, we do not have the ability to make it with any other machine besides this one. So we kind of already know the ratio for that. We need plastic, we already covered. We have electronic circuits, so we'll be bringing those two in. We now have a different way of making copper cable, which is going to be awesome. We will be making this on site. The way we did that on Novice was we had a 1:6 ratio. That is going to be different this time around. We are going to be using the foundry. So the foundry can make 12 per second. And so we need 0.83 per second. So 12 divided by 0.83 is 14.5. We're not going to be necessarily doing it like that. We can probably still have, we can have like a 1:12 ratio. That's going to be really rough squeezing that in though, so this might be interesting. It was not overly tight doing it here. We did have a little bit of extra space. Anyways, so if we were to take this and say leave room for 2 belts. Okay, so let's see if we can make something work with this. How did we do that on Novice? We had one here, and then these were lined up like this. So if we had a foundry at the beginning for this section, we just need to skip foundries every other. So let's see if this can fit. 1, 2, 3, 6, and then we would need, ooh, that is going to be rough. Although, no one said this had to be, actually works out to be exactly how we have it set up in the other one. I'm going to copy this section. It looks like this is definitely going to work out in our favor. Okay, so it'll look something like this. Basically, we just took the entire novice build. We might even just be able to... Okay, so I'm going to upgrade it. Why did I hit E? Let's just... I'm going to stamp it down, but we're going to remove all of these. Another thing that we did was we had... One of these lines was green circuits and plastic. The other line was copper, so we don't need an actual copper line coming through. We could have... Yeah, we could change this. We could make it... Mix them on site. Actually, that would stay. Maybe like this. So we could just have one green circuit coming in. I love it when you can just kind of like repurpose a build. It's fantastic. Force shift these in. So it doesn't, we don't need this last row. We've got them paired up here, paired up, paired up. 60 is what the original build was. And I could have used the substations, but you know what? It's fine. It works out just kind of, you know, almost works out by itself. Ooh, that is... Yeah, we'll just have to add extra ones. No, it's not going to work. Whatever. Oh, okay. Well, that was going to line up with those anyways. So for the lower section, we're going to copy this here. Yay. Okay. Wait. This needs to come down one. Now all we need is the green circuits in, the plastic in, and both of these will need to continue on because the green circuits we definitely need to continue on for blue circuits. The plastic will need to continue on somewhere for LDS, which will probably be down here on the bottom. So this is going to be the green circuits. These are the only ones that are continuing down this way, so we can just go ahead and line those up. And then we don't have to worry about whatever else we need to dodge. Priority output left. We can do a crunch to the left after. Wait, no. That is not how I do this. Yeah, that's how we do it. So that can go under, then this goes under here. Priority output left, this will be priority output right. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because this is only going to be feeding into the one. Well, no, it splits. Okay. So that is going to be the blue circuits. That's right, wow, green circuits. Definitely the blue ones. And this will have something similar. Oh, I didn't. Okay, perfect. I didn't set up any of these. Nice. So I will need to clear that line. I will do that after we end the video. I just want to hurry up and get this done. So we need to copy this section and it needs to be on, yes, that line there. Force paste that in. Force paste that in there. Okay. I literally know I just said that I was going to clear them after. I always say that I'm going to do something and then do something different. Or say, I'll do it later and then do it immediately. I want to make sure that this is actually working properly for once. And then we can end the episode. Right, we are still learning LDS. This needs to come down to here. Where's my plastic? Oh. How did coal get on the line? Weird. Alright. These things happen. Oh. That's how. You know, I say all the time that Factorio is a game about correcting mistakes that... correcting problems that you yourself have created. Okay, so we should be crafting some of this any minute. Oh my gosh, we didn't connect the molten copper. Why isn't any of this working? What? Okay. Jeez, we didn't set up any of this. We need sulfuric acid. Where's my sulfuric acid? Calcite? Okay, that's fine. I need molten copper. I'm gonna come down through here. Come on, bots, where you at? Really? Nailed it. Hey, there we go. Now we can get some petroleum gas. Yeah. There they go. Leftover heavy oil from our kind of mix-up. Is that going to be the same up here? No, it is not. Yay, petroleum gas is on the way. Okay, so this was a bit of a longer episode than what we've had the past couple of days. Plastic is going, steam is going, water's going. Let's make sure red circuits is going to be going. Looks like that's a yes. Everything is matched up and going. Everything is crafting. Alright, this worked out. I was not planning on doing red circuits, but in the end it worked out. And this is not, probably not any particular ratio. Actually, let's just do the math real quick. So this is 60 assemblers, making 2 per, or 0.2 per second. So this is 12 per second. Wait, was this 60? Yes, 60. Okay, so we're making 12 per second. Because we have, since we're no longer limited from the copper, we could actually just really increase this, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. If we find later that we need more red circuits, then we can certainly add more. Yeah, so that is going to be it for me that is going to be it for me for this episode. I like doing random things that I didn't plan for on the fly like this. It just kind of, you know, it's kind of fun. Anyways, if you've been enjoying my content, well, you know what to do. If you want access to these blueprints that I've been talking about, then join the Discord. I give my blueprints away freely. They are all available. Once I get off of this planet, I will end up kind of cleaning up all the blueprints. If there's any, like, I'll just really kind of go through and nitpick all of them if there's any issues with any of them. If I find something that everyone has missed, myself included, I will update them. I will organize them and put them in a blueprint book for Vulcanus. And I will be doing that with each of the planets moving forward. In the next episode, since we got red circuits out of the way, I guess I can probably fiddle with some stuff over here, like the big electric mining drills. Or I keep saying electric, the big mining drills. So we can get that automated and then start to tear down our little base over here. So we are going to be repurposing this area. It is, oof. This whole entire area is going to be nothing but power. We are going to be doing, I need to update these as well. But we are going to be converting all of this into like a power area, basically. And yeah, so we can start that process in the next episode. I think that we need to get some metallurgic science. That'll be like the nail in the coffin on that area up there. Okay, so I will see you in the next episode, and thanks for watching.